Hello, hello, village. How are you guys doing? I know it's late. It's 11:07 my time, but I had to come on because the video that I recorded was crap. I couldn't believe the sound. The sound was killing me. My hair is like a mess. The sound was absolutely killing me, and I was like, "Oh my God, I can't even believe this is happening." So we got to fix it. We got to make it right. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. Application window. There we go. All right, so I'm sharing the video, waiting for you guys to get in here. I am so sorry. I do apologize for the crappy video. I didn't even know the sound was like that when I got in. When I got in here and literally started recording, my headphones and everything sounded perfect. It was awesome. It was amazing. And then I heard the playback and I was like, oh my God, this sucks. So I'm live because y'all know I don't do crappy stuff. I'm here making it right, talking about the latest update in the Sweetie Pies, stuff, or I should say Tim Norman stuff. So far, we got 294 views on that video, and I know that it sounded horrible. So this is to make up for that. That was like really crazy, and I do appreciate I do appreciate you guys. I'm reading your comments right now. Linda, Antoinette, Sunshine, all of y'all. I do please forgive me. I didn't know. So I know the volume is low. Maria, Vanessa, Jean, I totally get it. I understand. I'm sorry. It will not happen again. This crap that I ordered from Amazon, it is we're throwing that in the garbage. Actually, I'm sending it back. I'm going to go ahead and send it back tomorrow because it was just crap. So listen, I know you guys can hear me. If you can hear me, give a shout out. Welcome to the 12 who's already in here. Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. We are simulcasting to both of those places tonight. Won't be doing Periscope anymore. Sorry, guys, but it's just not getting the views. So, I had a lot to talk about in the video, and I know that the sound was crap, whatever, but we're just going to go through this again. This is Showbiz Cheat Sheet, okay? Sweetie Pie's Miss Robbie post message thanking fans for support amid son's imprisonment for murder for her grandson. I know how it sounds, okay, but listen. It's not as bad as it sounds, I promise you. I'm going to have to share my full screen because there is a message from Miss Robbie on her Instagram, and I'm going to share that. So let me go ahead and get this one. I'm going to stop the screen and share the bigger screen. So when I pop that out, you guys can see it. And I'm hoping now that my sound is okay. As a matter of fact, let me go to YouTube really quick. I'm going to go to YouTube real quick so I can do that. Somebody sent me a text and was like, your sound. I know. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I did not mean for that to happen. 300 views. I do apologize. I'm so sorry. Let's see. How are we doing here? I'm going to go and I'm going to check out the live stream if I can get on here. And just check out. Okay. If I can get on here. All right. So we're good. We got 13 in the chat. Hi, Philistine Tinker. I can hear you now. Awesome. So let me go on to the screen. And forgive my appearance. I have been out shopping all day. My daughter has a gender reveal. I'll tell you guys about that later. But the family of own reality star Sweetie Pie's Tim Norman has remained relatively silent throughout this current legal battle. Okay. Norman is sitting in a Louisiana prison on charges related to his nephew's murder. His mother, Robbie Montgomery, is standing by her son and thanking fans of the show for their support. So this definitely, hi you guys, this definitely is answering a lot of you guys' questions. There's still some stuff that's unanswered, obviously, but I can reassure you that this article cleared up a lot for me of some of the things that I did not know. Now, one of the things that you guys have been asking me is, did Miss Robbie move? She did not move, but it is unclear if she is renting or if she owns a home, or she could be staying at Tim's home because he did have a home there. So I don't know. That part I can't tell you, but she is running Tim's restaurant. Okay, she is running his restaurant in Mississippi. So we know that for sure. Per the Deion Sanders post and the story I did there, she was there. She posed for pictures and she left a message on Instagram, and we're going to get to that in a few minutes. So here we go. Tim Norman is currently in jail on charges related to his nephew's murder, and we already know that. So again, I'm not going to go through that on this article, and this link is in the video I tried to post earlier. She they replayed this on OWN in memory of Andre, which I thought was really sweet. Um, Listen, you guys, I can't say that I'm totally shocked. I'm not, because that is her son, and she has to be torn. You know what I'm saying? She has to be very torn about this because, imagine if you were in Miss Robbie's shoes, and on one hand, your grandson, is gone. He's never going to come back. And then on the other, like I said before, you have your own son who is, he's been charged with this. And it's just crazy how this has all come about. So check this out. In the days leading up to Montgomery's death, police records reveal that Norman and his co-conspirators, which is two of them, we know, they began communicating via burner phones to secure Montgomery's location. Now, that was Terica Ellis's, part. That's what she testified to, that was her part. So Norman allegedly tried cashing in on Montgomery's life insurance policies a week after Montgomery's murder, but was denied because he could not provide the proper documentation. So listen, the proper documentation on record right now is, number one, he did not have the death certificate, and he could not get a copy that they could use. You need to have the original, really. And number two was identification, because they needed to match up the signature. So he needed to have Andre's a copy or his real driver's license or his state issued identification. So Tim didn't have any of those documents. There was just two, and he didn't have either one of them. He didn't have, rights to have that. Andre's mother has that. So All About the T's interview with Tasha K claims that Norman's jealousy and greed is to blame for his involvement. Sources alleged that Norman was in debt and was also jealous of the relationship between Miss Robbie and Montgomery. So this is what a family member, a close relative, actually said to All About the Tea. Okay. Now, here's the thing. This is me, my commentary, not a part of the article. There were two reasons, not one, but two reasons why Tim could have been, allegedly, in this whole plot. Number one, of course, was the insurance money, because he was in debt, and there was more than one policy, and it's unsure of how many, because Wally is in jail. He's back in jail. He couldn't get out. He got out on bail, but they rearrested him. So he's in jail right now. Okay. So we're not going to get that information until the actual trial. But Norman was arrested in Mississippi. Okay, so we know that to be true. He does have a home in Mississippi, okay, as well as St. Louis. So he was arrested at his home in Mississippi, and he asked the judge to be released on bail. So now we know how that came about. He talked to his lawyer. The lawyer, brought it before the judge. The judge denied it. And after the denial, that's when his attorney said, we need the team. So this is actually what happened. Okay. So I know you guys had questions about that. I told you I was on it. I was going to find out, public record is a doozy, as well as these articles that come out with, bits and pieces of information. All right. So, after that, Miss Robbie previously spoke to a St. Louis reporter and a close friend, April Simpson, and that's the only person that she agreed to talk to, who updated fans on Miss Robbie's state via Instagram. Okay. So she says life seems unreal right now, especially for people dealing with pain and heartache. One of those people is our beloved Miss Robbie Montgomery. I reached out to her, letting her know she is loved and has an immense amount of support. All About the Tea reports that Norman's next intended victim was Miss Robbie. So family members reportedly discovered that Norman took out a secret $1 million life policy on his mother. And I mean, everybody's like running with it. There is no evidence that this is not true. And since family and close friends of family is saying that this is true, we are to assume that somebody laid eyes on this policy. Somebody knows that this is true. Now, the only other person who could possibly testify to this would be Wally, and he's in prison. He's probably been instructed not to say anything. I'm assuming that this policy may have also been through YL, also known as Wally. It's just an assumption, but if that's the case, then we're not going to know the who, what, when, where, and why of that until the trial. Prosecutors also alleged that Norman was a suspect in his mother's home burglary and that he and Montgomery blamed one another in the incident, which we know they had an argument about it, and that was true. So the whole thing of the matter is, Miss Robbie standing by her son's side, yes, but at the same time, I know she's still grieving over Andre. And Tim is sticking to the claim that he's been set up, that this was a setup, that he didn't have anything to do with this. Terica Ellis is lying on me. I would never do this. This is my family. And he's not letting up on that, ladies and gentlemen. This is what he's saying. Ms. Robbie, he said, I truly appreciate all the love and prayers, cards, calls, and messages of support my family and I have received from you all. May God bless you all. So she left this on her Instagram. And if you guys don't have her Instagram, it is Miss Robbie Sweetie Pies, MS Robbie Sweetie Pies, MS Robbie Sweetie Pies right here on the screen. And she gave a little heart, and she was thanking everybody. And so far what we're seeing is positive communication. And I was just praying, I said, God, please don't let anybody say something crazy to Miss Robbie on her Instagram, because that just would be deplorable. So this is her. She's working, she's doing okay. If you go to her Instagram, just keep her in your prayers. Who have we got? Being Mary Gail, Marilyn Gail. Hi. Hey, Robin. Hey, Paula. Hey, Rita. Hey, Miyashi Moore. Hey, it's time, my friend. How are you guys doing? She does look good. I'm telling you, when I get that age, I want to look that good too. I want to look that good. Philistine Tinker, hi, how you doing? Philistine, I have to give a shout out to you and say thank you, because you were one of the first people that said I can't hear you. And so if it wasn't for you guys, I probably wouldn't have checked the sound on the video and I wouldn't be going live right now. So I do thank you guys for that. Appreciate it. you guys have my back, so I'm appreciate it. Philistine says, I don't believe Tim. It will all come out in the wash. I want somebody to tell the truth. That's all I'm saying. I need for somebody to step forth and tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, this has gone on long enough for me as a fan of the show, as a fan of the family, and, just looking at what Andre's mother and sister and everybody in the family is going through. Andre has two sides. He's got Miss Robbie's side. He's a Montgomery, and then he's got his mom's side and his siblings and everybody that misses him and that love him and that are trying to, create a positive memory. You know what I'm saying? So this comes up and, Tim's implemented in this. And then his sister says to me, I knew he did it because Andre said, if anything happens to me, that, you better look at Tim. So they're holding on to this hope. Tim's been implemented in this. The FBI said, we have enough to arrest you. Who are your co-conspirators? We got your co-conspirators. All three of them are in jail right now. So nobody's going home. Don't have a date as to whether, Tim is going up for trial or whatever right now. I'm sure that his lawyers are trying to nitpick everything. But my thing is, at this point in time, we know that each of you are going to serve time. So just tell the truth. Just say that, yes, I did it, or no. And Tim, if you didn't do it, stop saying that, hey, I was set up, I was framed, and tell us who framed you. Who could have possibly hated you so much that they would just plant burner phones and they would plant evidence against you, work against you? If it's that deep, just tell your lawyer. Just say, you know what, I need to talk to somebody. I think I know who framed me. Otherwise, we the people have no other reason to believe anything that you're saying except, hey, we see the evidence, you're guilty. I feel sorry for Miss Robbie because I know she's trying to stand by her son, but you've got that grief. And if it were me, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. If I was in Tim's shoes, I don't know about nobody else, but I wouldn't be able to sleep at night, knowing that what I have done is causing grief all over again. Like, I just, like, gives me chills because I'm just like, how could you do this? How are you letting this go on? If you didn't do it and you know who set you up, how could you be letting this go on? You could have stopped this by now. You know what I'm saying? Does that not make sense? Hey, Rita. Rita says, and what motive would Terica have? Nothing but the money. She wanted some money. She said $10,000 sounds great to me. So what she does is she takes the money. She put $1,000 in her pocket. She could have bought some trinkets and stuff for her kids, whatever. And then she turns around and distributes the 9,000 amongst however many, bank accounts. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be smart about it because I'm sure that she was listening to Tim, the who, what, when, where, and why of how to get away with murder. He's already been in jail before. Okay. What made you think that you were going to, you spent 10 years of your life in prison for armed robbery, and then this judge that is going to be presiding says, oh, it wasn't just armed robbery, it was kidnapping. I'm sorry. I'm in my feelings right now because Tim could have stopped this. He could have stopped this. My heart goes out to the family. Go to court, it will all come out. Listen, if there has never been a case that is going to shake the nation of not only Black America, but America. This right here, this case right here, oh, I'm telling you, the only reason that Tim hasn't come out is because whoever set him up, let's pretend like he's telling the truth. If in fact somebody set Tim up, the only reason a human being, I know who set me up and that's him and y'all need to go arrest him, is because that person could possibly have some deeper dirt on you, is why you wouldn't, Tim Norman. That's the only reason, is that whoever set you up has so much dirt on you or has something so huge on you. Otherwise, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're lying. We, the people, believe that Tim Norman is lying until he lays all his cards on the table. Point. The insurance man was rearrested. Yes, I was trying to tell you guys that in the video. I was trying to tell you guys that in the video, that YL has been arrested. He is in prison, according to this. I'm going to go back to the stream, and then I'm going to get you guys' comments. So Miss Robbie, she said, I truly appreciate all the love and prayers. Others close to Norman and to the family are remaining quiet. They're remaining mum. It's unclear when his trial will begin, but he, along with other co-conspirator, faces life in prison, which is Terica. Okay, the insurance agent who assisted Norman in taking out life insurance policies, which is plural, is also currently in prison. Now, this thing says he's currently in prison. I don't know if that's a misprint, but prison and jail are two totally different things. So here they break this stuff down again. This is cheatsheet.com. The link is in the other video with the sound issues. So a look back, and we already know all of this stuff. We already know this stuff. The armed robbery, the possession, the kidnapping. I'm not saying he, did any of this stuff or whatever. What I'm saying is there's evidence. Okay. When Norman was 17 years old, a judge sentenced him to prison for robbing 2 McDonald's restaurants. Are you kidding me? For robbing 2 McDonald's and an auto parts store at gunpoint. So you literally at 17 had enough balls to go into 2 McDonald's restaurants and an auto parts store and say, give me all your money. Never probably had a job before. Did you know that places like McDonald's have safes and that the workers don't have the combination to said safes? So how much money did you actually, probably just got money out of the register? Obviously he didn't get away with everything because he was arrested. While in prison, Norman began taking up acting and theater classes. So he had high hopes, and the St. Louis Post-Dispatch spoke with Norman in 2008 about how Norman uses theater as an outlet, which, cool. That's what you should have been doing. Because right now, your acting is horrible, Tim. You really need to put a stop to all this. All this could be cleared up if you would just tell the truth. At the time, he told the publication, I did a lot of bad things, except hurt a child. When I went in, I was 17. As an adult, though, did your ex not say, and I quote, Tim hasn't seen his son in 7 years. So you can scratch, I didn't hurt a child off of your record, Tim. Trust me, my biological father abandoned me plenty of times. If it wasn't going good with mom, then, I just got, hung out to dry. Children miss their parents when the parents are absent. And there is nothing. Look, if you want to see your kids, you will see your kids. I don't care who you are. And just like you stayed in trouble with the law, you could have went to the law and got them on your side and been like, Janae won't let me see my son, and I need to go see my son. How fair is that you kept, up with the new baby, but then, you just leave little TJ out to dry. He hasn't seen you. Meanwhile, Janae is married with a brand new man. And it looks like, yeah, it looks like they're being well taken care of. I'm just saying. He vowed to make permanent changes and use his release to help steer others from jail. So this is the thing that kills me about that statement, is that he was doing all this public speaking after Andre passed away. After Andre was laid in the ground, this was still doing speaking engagements, traveling everywhere, talking to people. His version of scared straight. Since his recent arrest, St. Louis residents have expressed shock. Norman became popular in the area for speaking, to at-risk youth about the dangers of crime and the lasting impact criminal convictions have on one's life. And then they go on to talk about Tim's mom suing him for, for all this stuff, misuse of funds and the trademark infringement. And, it was like $100 million. It was an absurd amount, but it was to prove a point, Tim, that you don't do stuff like this. Like it's ridiculous. $100 million is what it was. And she talked to the radio station 95.5, and they reported that Tim withdrew substantial sums of money from the restaurant's business and used them to open and operate restaurants in North Hollywood, California, Berkeley, and Florissant. So, ding, ding, ding. Questions answered. Where did Tim get the money to open up all these restaurants? Questions answered. It goes on to say that Basketball Wives star Jennifer Williams accuses Tim Norman of stalking and harassing. I got to be honest with you. Jennifer's crazy. So that didn't really set well with me, because it was on the eve of Basketball Wives where she was returning to the show. And the show started off with her walking into the courthouse, losing the case because she wanted whatever she wanted. She didn't get. So she was just, it was just drama from day one. Tim Norman's arrest for the assault of employee. You see what I'm saying? It's just stacking up. It's not looking good. It's stacking up. Williams' allegation that Norman became aggressive and violent was deemed to be true in the eyes of the law. In a 2018 report from the Blast, court documents revealed that Norman punched an ex-Sweetie Pie's chef in the face as the two argued. The report explains that Williams was present at the restaurant on the day of the assault in question, and she told police she did not see what happened, but that Norman told her he punched the man. So William pursued criminal charges, and the district attorney's office agreed to charge Norman over the incident. And, from there, it just talks about, what people had to say about this whole thing. But, for real, I personally don't believe what Tim. I just can't. Okay, I just can't. I wish I could, but I can't. I wish I could believe, but I don't believe it. I don't. I absolutely don't believe that Tim was set up, because listen, anybody in their right mind, okay, anybody in their right mind would be like, listen, I didn't do this. This is a serious charge. It wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? But you don't then go further to, implement somebody else and say, I was set up, and then you don't give a name. Because by now, somebody would have said something. I can't with this dude. I really can't. I can't. Let me catch up and see what you guys are saying. All right, Michael says Tim's guilty. Everybody knows. You have my prayers, Miss Robbie. I agree. Nyasha says it's time. The lawyer has a lot of work cut out for him. The feds have 4 years of investigations and collecting evidence. He's got, even without that, at this point, Tim is, hung. I still don't understand how Tim thinks he's going to walk free unless Terica Ellis takes back what she said. Tim, Terica, where did you get the money? Tim gave it to me. I was working for him. Because I'm sure they came to both of them and said, we've got your burner phones. We've got the records. Want to tell us about this? Okay. My name is Terica Ellis, and I need to confess that Tim used me to set Andre up, and I lured him out of the house. And as she's talking, the FBI is taking notes. I can't see Tim getting out of this, point blank in the period. I cannot. Carol says, I can't wait to hear everything when they have the trial. Oh my good. When they have this trial, honey, talk about me sitting there with my eyes all the way wide open. I got my press pass ready. I just might get in the car and take a good old road trip because I need to see some things and I need to hear some things. I'm telling you, it would be crazy if he got a lesser sentence than life in prison. And or, what I want to really know, and I don't know about you guys, is not, because he already pleaded not guilty. I want to hear what the lawyers are going to offer. Because we already know, they're working critically day and night to take the death penalty off the table. But what are you going, because there has to be, a bargain. Somebody's going to try to make a deal. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to see how you are going to make it make sense. What you're at. Y'all know what's going to happen. I don't think they're going to be stupid enough to say, Tim needs to go free. But y'all know they're going to ask for an absurd sentence. Just something stupid like a year probation or 10 years probation, or house arrest or something stupid. Philistine says the insurance guy will tell everything. He should already be talking unless like where is this guy? Where's Wally? And how come he's not, saying anything, to help himself unless his lawyer is a complete and utter idiot? What does he have to bargain with? There's no telling. Now listen, we all know what a lawyer can do. A lawyer can make up trunk charges. They can make up all kinds of stuff. They can try to put all the good that he did in the community. They'll try to bring the kids in like they did before. Y'all know a lot of things and make up some stuff and make it sound real good. Even if the judge says no, the whole point, the whole act of court is when the jury is over there listening to this stuff. The lawyer's job is not just to convince the judge, but to get the jury on their side. Even if they say something in court and the judge says that's stricken from the record, you already heard it. That is going to bend your decision either for you or against you. And look, I'm here for it. I need to see everything. I'm not sleeping. Okay. When they drop the date, I don't care if I got to take notos. I am all, look, I'm not missing a moment of this because I need to see if Tim is telling the truth or not. Who set you up, sir? Who set you up? Because you're holding on to that. I kind of feel like that Tim is saying, I would say, will have that motherly compassion. Maybe that's what it is. Because we, the people, are looking at this case and we're going, you know what? You're guilty because of all the evidence and because of all the things. Your track record is not good, sir. Your track record is filthy. Your track record looks like you meant to do all this stuff. You don't have a whole lot of remorse. You don't have a lot of emotion. And if you want people to believe you, the last thing you should be doing is skinning and grinning on a mugshot. Chris says Tim will get a life sentence. Real facts. Tim seemed like that too to me. He always was he was mad all the time. You had an anger management problem. While you were taking theater, you probably should have looked into some anger management. That probably would have helped you, you know what I'm saying, figure some things out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's ADHD, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the anger, you know, were you angry when you came out of prison? Because this type of stuff, you know, it can cause some issues up here mentally for a human being. I was in prison for 10 years. But you got to have some balls to walk up in somebody's establishment with a whole gun talking about, give me all your money. Like, no. And what I need to look more into this kidnapping charge because that threw me for a loop. Tim definitely is getting life for killing Andre. Andre has a death sentence. Andre has a death sentence? Andre? So what should Tim receive if it's confirmed through the court? I mean, if you put this whole mastermind, dirty, conniving scheme together, personally, I feel like Andre's mother should be allowed to speak before judgment. Amen. And the church said, that's who I want to hear from. I need to hear from Andre Montgomery's mother. If they lean on Terica, she's going to spill her guts. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Can we get some of that evidence? Can we get some of that? Well, we talked to Terica Ellis and she said, I'm pretty sure if she speaks or whatever, it's going to be, you know, put in, you know, public record or whatever. And we're watching, we're looking at that. You know what I'm saying? Diane says, my belief is every statement Terica made was a lie. Woo! Her reason for not saying in years was that she too was one of Andre's shooters as well as the insurance man. Woo! Paisley, my sister's here, y'all. Hey, Annette. Chris said, who is the shooter? Look here. I don't know who the shooter is. However, comma, I would like to know. I would like to know. There you go, Purple. You got your blue suit. Welcome to the team, my love. I don't know. I just feel like I'm just not buying. You got people in here. Does anybody understand what I'm saying when I say I can't right now buy Tim's alibi or whatever, his statement that somebody set him up without a name, without, you know, something leaning towards, you know, the fact, like give us a fact, something that will hold water. I, I just, who was it? Who was it? Charles? Was it, you know, was it Miss Robbie? Was it, was it your best friend? You know what I'm saying? Was it Jennifer? Who set you up? Who? Was it Janae? Who? Gotta be somebody. Was it somebody we don't know? Past? Who would have taken the time? Okay, do you understand how much time it would take to set somebody up to this degree? Now, I know Tim probably burned some bridges in his day, but seriously though, honestly, I just found out August 2020 that Andre had been murdered and that Tim is allegedly responsible. I mean, I watched the show like I never missed an episode. Every rerun I watched, like I love, me and my mother both, like we loved Miss Robbie. We loved seeing, her interact with people. Like I love her food. Her food is so good. Like I'm not even kidding. Like Miss Robbie, she can sing, but Miss Robbie can cook. Love these people. This here is a shop. This right here, Tim need to give me some facts. Robin, hi. I think that the Montgomery family will show up to court not in support of Tim, but to find out the exact details about Andre's killing. Exactly. For sure, they're not going to go in support. But my hope, my real hope out of all of this, take this out on Miss Robbie. Like they don't shun Miss Robbie. You know what I'm saying? Because Andre's mom was the one that called Miss Robbie and said, can you help me out with Andre? I really want him to graduate. Like, so that means that they had a good relationship, that you would trust Miss Robbie with your child. You had a good relationship. And now that Tim's been arrested for Andre's murder, it's like, listen, don't blame Miss Robbie for this. She, you know what I'm saying? Like the worst thing on the, somebody said this in one of the comments. Yeah, I believe Miss Robbie was, she's guilty too. Why? Miss Robbie is like, she's ready to retire. Like if Tim was still, excuse me, if he was a free man, Miss Robbie probably would be sitting at home in her rocking chair or something, watching a movie. But instead, Miss Robbie's got to work because her son, is arrested. Who's gonna look after the restaurant? You know what I'm saying? Maybe because there are so many charges and 3 individuals that they don't want to release prime information. This could be true. This could be true. I mean, there is some information that's always going to be public record, but for the sake of the trial, I know that they're withholding some information. Josh says, so it's Tim saying that he was set up. Was there another hearing? We don't know Tim's next hearing. His lawyer is asking for so many loopholes. They haven't even given him another court date. So, you know what I'm saying? But the public will know when the next court date is. Whether they're going to actually let us in on a Zoom, I don't know. The first time I did the Zoom, it was that we were restricted from recording, like we couldn't record anything, so I couldn't show you guys any footage. And there was one girl that actually had footage, but she had to take it down from YouTube because it was illegal. But if we can join the Zoom, if they have a Zoom available, we can join the Zoom. I'll definitely fill you guys in on that. Miss Rob, she reminded me of my grandmother. Me too, because she was so spunky and spicy. And she did. She loved Andre. Like she loved him. And I don't understand why Tim, what real reason would you have for not loving your brother's son? That's ridiculous. Tim has no other option but to blame others. I mean, but normally in a normal brain, if you're going to blame somebody, you would be like, I'm blaming so and so because, and then this is my evidence. He doesn't have any other evidence. It's weird. Tim isn't getting out. The feds got that case. That's what it's looking like. But I guarantee you, there's something that we don't know. I don't believe Miss Robbie would be sitting at home. She'd be cussing and fussing at the restaurant. The stress came from Tim opening up restaurant after restaurant. Yeah, comprising brand integrity. Listen, let me tell you something. Tim's hothead just made everything worse. If Tim had a really humble and really sweet disposition, probably wouldn't have had a problem with Tim opening up restaurants. It's just that you can't block her out like it's her brand. She brought you in so that you would have a career. So you can't just take over and be like, "Oh, mom doesn't understand the business." Are you kidding me? She built the business. What some of the stuff that Tim said, and I'm not bashing Tim by any means necessary, but as an avid watcher of the show, just watching the show and listening to some of the things that ridiculous. You'll sit there and say that Miss Robbie doesn't have business sense and she has an empire. Do you know how much Miss Robbie is worth right now in 2020 without Tim's help? Because what he did actually helped to destroy, a few bricks of the business. And then Miss Robbie turned around and had to say, hey, well, we need to shut this one down and we need to put all of our energy in this one. So at her age, she shouldn't have to work that hard to save her brand. You know what I'm saying? And no, Miss Robbie would not have allowed Tim to open up all those restaurants. Everybody knows this. We all know this. Good idea. And you have to understand something, that older people have wisdom that we just don't have. Like, I'm just coming into my wisdom at 49. Miss Robbie probably knew there was a pandemic coming, and she knew that 45 was going to be in office. And you know what I'm saying? No, we don't need to open up these mini restaurants. You're going to hurt my business. But who knew that a mess like this was going to happen? And look how it has affected her business now. Sickening. It's sick. It's sick and it's disgusting. And Tim to turn this whole thing around. And that's why I'm pissed off at Tim Norman, because all he has to do is tell the truth right now. He could stop this foolishness. If you're really innocent, you could have been home. That's the thing right there. Like, we're black, right? So, snitches get stitches is out the window at this point. Y'all talking about electrocute me. Y'all talking about putting a needle in my arm. No, I'm fixing to sing like a canary. Trust and believe. Dogs, I'm from the country, and you have these big dogs, and they bark real loud or whatever, but then when they're faced with real stuff, they kind of back up. So even though Tim, he has a big bark, who really wants to go down for life or get the death penalty? This right here is my reasoning. The reason why I get so emotional about this case, and the reason why I don't believe Tim Norman, is because you have the power in your hand to make all of this stuff stop. If you were implemented, number one, tell us who implemented. Two, if you did something, then you need to go ahead. Thank you, Una. Hi, girl. You need to go ahead and tell the truth. You need to go ahead and say, listen, I did it, or I set so-and-so up, and this is who the shooter is, but you acting a fool. And you're putting everybody in all this grief, and you're acting like you don't have, any control over this. And this whole thing was set in motion because of you to begin with, Tim Norman. Goodness. Tim seemed to be competing with his mom and did seem to support go to her opening at Upper Crust, right, Sweetie Pie. So Miss Robbie didn't like him hurting her brand. I totally agree with that. And Yeah, Tim was not in support of that. And, I'm sure he made up something like, I had to go speak at an engagement because, he was a speaker. He was a inspirational speaker or whatever. Once the Bang Bang Man comes out in evidence, the puzzle pieces will completely connect. I certainly hope so. Like, I hope so. Hey, Una. Una's going to bed. Good night. Thank you so much, sis. Thank you, Chris. I'm just saying, man, like I'm in my feelings today, you know, like because you got Miss Robbie really, she's torn up about this and she's trying to help her son and she's grieving over her grandson and she's trying to hold relationships together and she's trying to get Janae to let her see little Timmy. And it's a lot going on. And on top of all this, and your raggedy behind is sitting in jail talking about I was set up. And you ain't giving nobody facts. You ain't giving no evidence. You're not talking, to anybody. And if you are saying something to your lawyer at this time, your lawyer should be, saying he should be upholding what you want if you really want to be, the bigger man, if you really want to tell the truth. But the truth of the matter is, if you were set up and if you are guilty, you would have already said something by now. Because trust and believe, if anybody tries to say, I ain't going to jail for nobody. I'm not going to jail. I'm not going to prison. I'm not going down for no amount of time, period. Ain't nobody fixing to electrocute me in the big chair, period. Absolutely not. Not doing that for nobody. So, Tim Norman, I do think that you're lying. I do think that there are some untruths. I do think that there was some document doctoring on those life insurance policies. I do believe that you have a lot to hide. And I believe in my soul, in my gut, ladies and gentlemen, that if he was set up and he's not giving up any of that information, it is because Tim has done something way bigger than this. And he does not want, I'm saying. Debbie says, I think that they said the next court date for all three would be December 2nd. Thank you. We're going to look into that. Una says, before I go to bed real quick, y'all, it's 1:31 people in here. My girl got 30 likes. Y'all show her some love. Thank you, Una. Go on and hit that like button. Y'all know y'all like me. Question. Does Miss Griggs and her family have a separate investigation open on Andre's death? I am not sure. Andre's sister did not express that to me the last time we texted, so I'm not really sure. If that's some information that she wouldn't care if I shared with you guys or not. So they haven't said that to me personally, so I'm not really sure if people have said that if I was, you know what I'm saying? But if you sue Tim, you don't know the condition of his estate, so you don't know if he has any money or not. And I definitely wouldn't go so far as to try to sue Miss Robbie, because why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, And they're gonna sing like birds. I would too. Okay. Thank you. Y'all are so sweet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Look, y'all. It's a hot mess. Now y'all know how I feel. I wasn't saying anything, one hand or the other, but I'm just, I don't know. It was something about seeing Miss Robbie on Instagram today, and I just, I'm like, I'm sitting in the car, emotional. And like I said, I don't, what I'm saying? I met these people one time. I don't know them. We don't have a relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those, let me take a picture with Miss Robbie. Let me get me some soul food. I need some turnip greens, and laughing and, Kiki, I love you on TV type of thing. That's the extent of it. But for some reason, it just hit me hard. This could be anybody's mom trying to hold it together for your raggedy ass. with all the cards in your hands and you won't say, you know, nothing. You just in there, you know, I'm innocent. Really though? Are you really innocent though? Really? Tim is saying that he was set up to try to establish reasonable doubt. True. He'll point the finger at Terica because she was at the scene of the crime when Andre died, and you know, it's sad case. In my thing, before I go on with the comments, and this is the thing with Terica, she would have a lot of reason to not admit that, you know, she was the shooter. But Terica can't be dumb enough to think I'm not going to get any time. And if her lawyer or whoever is representing her was smart, he would say, Terica Ellis, Miss Ellis, you could still get the death penalty because it's on the table. Withholding evidence at this particular point in time is not in your best interest, ma'am. You need to go ahead and come clean with everything. You know what I'm saying? How did Tim approach you? Where were y'all at? Were you stripping on the pole when Tim said, I have a proposition for you? You had an on and off relationship with Tim, out to eat. You know, how did this come about? Why you? Why was Terica Ellis that person to set it up? I heard through the grapevine that the girl from, you know, Sweetie Pies, what was her name? She's like an Instagram model now. I can't think of her name, but the real pretty one, she was approached with, you know, that predicament as Terica Ellis, but she didn't, you know, accept the offer. Like if that were true, she would have already said something to the police as well. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of allegations flying around in the air. There's a lot of stuff that people are saying, you know, but the concrete is what we're all trying to, you know, find out. Like this needs to be said. At least tell it to Miss Robbie. Maybe Miss Robbie knows something that we don't know. I'm sure she does. I'm sure that Tim's lawyers, you know, are speaking with her. And I hope they're saying something more than, you know, Miss Montgomery, we're going to get you down right. Now, if they say something like, we have reason to believe that Tim, in fact, was set up, that's different. We have reason to believe that Tim actually might be innocent. That's different. Alabama born ball. Hey, how you doing, Alabama? Hello, hello. Terica better have an ace in the hole. Tim better have an ace in the hole. You're right. Tim went to Andre's funeral wearing a bulletproof vest. Let's talk about that, shall we? Let's talk about the bulletproof vest. Tim scrolls into the funeral late, first of all, with not one but two bodyguards. And no, one of them was not his best friend, Bruce. So you just stroll on in, not scroll, but you stroll, you know, pimp walking in down the aisle with your two bodyguards, you know, to an unreserved seat because nobody actually thought you were going to come in the first place. And you do have a bulletproof vest on under your suit. And actually went and walked to the casket to view the body. Speechless much? Yes, he did. His sister confirmed. His sister confirmed. He actually walked into Andre Montgomery's funeral with a bulletproof vest and two bodyguards. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's raggedy. That's some bull. If you're not guilty, why would you do that? He's guilty if he had to do all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like saying, Well, Andre's gone, my nephew's gone, so I need protection because they might be after me too. Who? People who set you up? Who? Hi, Alexis. Alexis says, do you feel that Miss Robbie was next? Because I can't imagine why a child would take out a policy that big, that large on someone that he didn't have illegal plans to harm. Explain to me why you wouldn't tell Miss Robbie about the policy. If I was going to do that and I said, I'm going to take $1 million life insurance policy, out on you, mom, because then when you pass away, we can fix up the big house, or we can, we'll have money to help support dad like that. We have a conversation about that. But there was no conversation because Miss Robbie already said that she was unaware. She's unaware. She was not aware. Okay. And apparently, somebody who doesn't want their name put in publications saw the policy, put their eyeballs on the policy, and told all about the tea, all about the business. So I feel like Tim probably had a lot of people he wanted to seek some sort of revenge on. It could be that, Tim took this policy out when he was mad at his mom and then he just forgot about it. You don't think so? Yeah. Alabama says, I think it was his way to play it off as though he was being targeted. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, that's what I just, like, I'm going to show up to the funeral. He's my nephew. I'm not going to miss this. But if they, took him out, they could take me out. The last, two men in the family. You know what I'm saying? Was Charles there? Did Charles wear a bulletproof vest? Did you help protect Charles? Did Charles have two bodyguards? Were you sharing your bodyguards with Charles? I didn't think so. Dang, he's going to need Johnny Cochran. Rest in peace. But then again, it's just too much evidence. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just, seriously, it's too much. Don't play says, nah, you don't forget that kind of stuff. Exactly. Exactly. You don't forget that kind of stuff because if you take $1 million policy out on a person, that is definitely a chunk of change per month that you're paying. Okay. You're paying some money per month. I'm animated tonight. It's me. Alabama said, did you protect your mom? Right. Because bullets don't have eyes, Alabama. Bullets don't have eyes. So, if you thinking that, oh, well, we know that Tim and Charles is going to be at the funeral or whatever. So when they come out, we're going to get them too. But then, where's your mom's bodyguards? Where's her bulletproof vest? A little selfish to have you one and not have, at least Charles, at least Miss Robbie. Right. Like you weren't thinking about them. You just said, well, I'm going to go. Like, why you though? Who are they and why you? I just can't wait. I can't wait to hear this whole theory of I was set up. Let's just I can't wait. I cannot wait. I'm telling you, if that man is lying about this whole setup and I was set up, ooh, I can see Miss Griggs and all her cheering. Tim is going and he can't, just roam around for free because, woo, see me, the way my temper is set up. Look, hold me back from trying to set the whole prison up. Just throw the whole prison away at this point before I set it on fire. That's another thing. That's another thing. Andre's mother is holding on. She doesn't want to talk to a lot of people, but she's thanking everybody for, like she said, I'm reliving everything. And, she just wants justice. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag justice for Andre. That's what it is for the Griggs family, for her and her children, for everybody that loved Andre. It is all about hashtag justice for Andre. I know. It's me, Carol. I'm telling, that was a part of my like emotional breakdown in the car, was just like, thinking about them. And you know what I'm saying? Like, cause they're not like, social media type people or whatever, so whenever they do reply, I feel really honored because, I'm like one of the people that you wouldn't talk to that have a blog or a vlog or a radio station. Like, you just would not. And I don't know why I was chosen, but, I'm just like, just honored. I'm just like, oh my God, I couldn't, when I got the reply, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God, And of course, I'm like, this is private. I'm not going to, talk about what we talk about or whatever. But it's nothing like, but just, thank you for your prayers. And I appreciate what you said. And you know what I'm saying? His sister still comes by. She watches the show. She reads all of you guys' comments. And, that's just like a blessing, because I just really am compassionate. Like, I hate that lost somebody in their life. If you've lost somebody that's so close to you, you cannot help but feel for these people. You cannot help, but know and understand that these people are crying uncontrollable tears at some point. You know what I'm saying? You could be in the kitchen cooking dinner, and just break down. You know what I'm saying? You could have a sleepless night. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the type of stuff that should be going through Tim's mind, and even more reason for you, to stop this foolishness and just tell the truth. Because they have, you know what I'm saying? Like, you've been implemented. You have the power, mind at ease, and like, just be a man about the whole situation before there's even a trial. Just say what you need to say. Just come clean. Because like I said before, I can't say it enough. And I know I'm repeating myself, but if you are innocent, of everything, you're going to tell everything that you know from beginning to end. There's a lot that's gone on in 4 years, but before those 4 years, if you did have animosity, if you did have hate for your nephew, yeah, I didn't like him. I didn't like him, but there's no, reason for me to kill him or have him killed. Just be honest about everything. It's up, like, people like that just really make me feel like, okay, they don't have a soul. Like, you don't have a conscience. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could do this and you are like, I know he knows that all of this is going on. I know that he knows that, his mother is grieving, and that, poor Charles is grieving, and that Miss Griggs and all of his siblings and everybody that loved this boy saying he had a girlfriend when he was shot. That girl probably was, planning a future. Andre could have been her forever. I mean, it just, you have to be without a soul in order to allow this stuff to continue like this, and not even like, you can't be 100% human and hurt numerous people all at this, beyond power hungry, like, because you can't be stupid enough to think that this isn't going on. And I'm not dumb. Look, I got family that be in jail, and they be having cell phones and stuff. So I know he's watching the social media. I know he knows what's going on. And that's just absolutely, it's ratchet. It's completely and utterly ratchet that you would do something like this. Like, how low of a man are you to do this? What did they for you to cause this kind of, and I'm not even talking about if you're guilty of murder. I'm just saying that you were implemented in this murder, and that before you even had this team of attorneys, could have said, the truth, could have just spoken your truth and got everything out in the open, instead of, sitting there, only talking to certain people and refusing to come on camera. And now the whole system has to get you another court date because you don't want to be seen on camera. That's very selfish. And is that they'll be pointing fingers at each other until they'll both be charged. Probably, well, Terica wanted to. Well, Tim told me, listen, please come in the courtroom with all the maturity that you can muster, because that's the last thing we need to see. We got Bridezilla and stuff on TV for that. We don't need to see that finger pointing stuff. We can go to preschool and see that. We don't need to see that. We need to see y'all own what you've done. All it was that you played in this, you need to own it. You know what I'm saying? You had your big draws on when you did what you did. So go ahead and own it now. I can't wait till the trial. He's going to do like Chris Watts did, confess when the kitchen gets hot. He needs to be doing it now. And thank you for that hashtag, Justice for Andre. Debbie says Terica was not the shooter. He called him and she told him. And we know that. We know now, unless there was an eyewitness somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Her story was that she heard the shots as she drove off, but you didn't look back to see if Andre was okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I hear gunshots or whatever, I don't know what to do. Do I keep driving? But she's making a turn. Wherever she's going, she had to turn. She was making a right turn. Wasn't it a right turn she made? So, I don't know. I probably would have stopped my car. I probably would have just screamed. You know what I'm saying? Like, because bullets don't have eyes. Oh, Lord Jesus, yeah, help me get out of here. But at the same time, you just dropped your friend off, your friend that you wanted to give a pair of pants to. So you knew that he was going to get murdered. You knew that somebody was going to get him. But when you heard the gunshots, I wonder, have her and Miss Robbie talked? That's something that I would like to see happen. You know what I'm saying? Has Miss Robbie called her? Has she called Miss Robbie? Like, are they still communicating? I would hate that families were disconnected because of Tim. Sending prayers and strength to Andre's family. The shooter could blow the case wide open, game over. I just feel like, Terica probably hired somebody from the strip club and was like, I'll give you some, or somebody wants to pay you, for something, because I can't in my mind wrap my head around Tim actually hiring a hitman. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you only gave Terica $10,000, you're not paying for a hitman. Alexa says, will Tim's big hips be a problem in the big house? I wonder if a bigger bully. No, girl, I ain't trying to think about it like that, because I'm not invested in Tim's hips, but he needs to, be praying about that. I think Terica is going to turn state evidence for a lesser charge. You know what? If Terica had a personal or a private lawyer, if she was able to hire an attorney, you know what I'm saying? This could be totally different. And I agree, Purple Paisley Planner, that is absolutely heartless, ridiculous. Tim reminds me of Chris Watts. He was quick to go live about Janae back in June. Give us the same energy. Right. Y'all saw my video. I mean, he dropped all the tea. Where's my tea? He dropped all kinds of tea, was dripping all over the screen on Instagram. I was like, Janae, according to Tim, was like, what's she doing all that? But you know what? Looking back on it, she fired shots at Miss Robbie after Miss Robbie said, you didn't have to do me like that. I brought gifts for Timmy, and I felt sorry for Miss Robbie because I knew she wouldn't be on social media lying. This was not, and you see how God works. You see how, okay, they're beefing and feuding on Instagram, and then Miss Robbie shut it down because she was like, this is my last post. I'm not saying anything else about it. And then Tim was the last person to speak on it, telling all of Janae's business, quote unquote, and then arrested for conspiracy. Just saying. Carol, when I tell you, I have never in the history of my Tinder on Instagram seen anything like it. That's bold. Tim's bold hips cussed that girl up one side and down the other. And I felt a little bit embarrassed myself. And I don't even know Janae. Jesus wept. If this is true, I don't think you should have told that about your son's mother. I kind of feel like you owe little TJ an apology. Don't talk about your son's mother like that. Not only that, she had 4 years to come forward. Everybody involved. And I hate to say this, but while it's on my mind, YL, but this was dumb. This was really stupid. Kind of makes me wonder, how many times have you done this? Do you have a history of doing this, or was Tim so smooth that he just talked you into it? Or how many times have you done this, YL? Sunshine says Terica didn't even call Andre's phone to check on Andre. Exactly. See, I appreciate you, Sunshine. That was my point in the video. I was like, check on him, but you didn't even call his phone. No, you told the FBI that what you did was you threw the phone away. So you have your regular phone, right? So did you call Andre on your regular phone to see if he was okay? Was there ever an opportunity to save Andre's life? Or you just said, well, I did what I did and Tim need to give me my money? That this was your intent, that this is the only thing you had to do for $10,000 was secure that Andre would come outside, so that, you had to know. I know you said you didn't know, Terica, but you had to know. Nobody is that oblivious. Nobody is that blind. Nobody. Honey, girl, you're going to do some time for that lie. You're going to do some time for that. You might as well forget it. They didn't let you go home to see your child. They didn't let you go home to see your mom. You're not going nowhere. And that was a lie. And the devil in hell knows it. I mean, I hate that, though. I hate that the family's divided. Like, I don't want that to be true. I want them to still lean on each other and communicate. You know what I'm saying? In spite of Tim's recklessness, I would like for them, you know what I'm saying, to just Gina, hi, what a selfish jerk. If Tim was so worried about his safety, he went to the funeral in a bulletproof vest. Why didn't he warn the whole family. He doesn't care about anybody but himself. I mean, 2 bodyguards and a bulletproof vest, and you ain't offered nobody, Where do you even shop for a bulletproof vest? Does anybody know? What kind of hookups do you have to get a bulletproof? Are they selling them on Amazon? Like, how do you get that in your possession? Carol says yes, and so close. I mean, it was just like a great show to see them and how they were, fawning over Timmy when he was born and he was, sick, and they were all praying together and watching little Timmy get better, and how they were just unified. Like, you don't get to see a lot of that on television in Black TV because they always want us fighting, and cussing and breaking up stuff and all this kind of stuff, especially as Black women. You know what I'm saying? And so to see a family actually loving on each other is like tremendous. That's a win for us. That's a win. You know what I'm saying? Kudos to Miss. Diane says for Tim to say that he was set up, he's already thrown Terica under the bus because he could blame it on her. He could blame it on YL. He could blame it on somebody that we don't even know exists. You know what I'm saying? The one thing that I can say that I'm not sold on is Tim or Terica being the shooter. I feel like that bullet did not come from either one of them. I guess because the location of the burner phones and the FBI, they're certain that Tim was in the location of that phone and Terica was in fact in the location of that phone. And so I'm kind of like, well, I just can't, I'm not sold on that. But a narcissist, I'm definitely sold on that. He's definitely that all day. I too. I love that show. Thank you. Halo says, I love your nails. Thank you so much. I like to get my nails done. I got to get my nails done. I'm sorry I don't have any makeup on, but you know how we sisters are when we get heated about something. And then I was already upset about it. And then when I heard my audio on the video, I was like, well, has Tim's new son's mother even spoke out about the matter at all, or does she believe in the heartless murderer? I'm not really sure. I did reach out to her on Instagram a while back, and she said, thank you for the prayers. But I had to reach out to her because a lot of people didn't know that she and Tim had a baby. So I was congratulating her, and I asked her if it was okay if I commented about the Father's Day video on her Instagram. That's the only thing, that I am on Instagram. None of them has said anything, including her. But I am to understand that they were together as a couple when he was arrested. So I don't know if she still considers them a couple or not. But I know at that particular time when Tim was arrested that they were a couple. You beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. So yeah, you guys, I just had to come and redeem myself. I do apologize once again for the raggedy video. I did not know the audio was jacked up, but I didn't want to just put that out there and then leave you guys, on my show. And I did not want you guys to think that, she just is right. Like she don't even care she don't care what kind of content she puts out. It wasn't like that. I literally, it sounded good in the system, in the whole, entourage of the thing. It sounded so good, you guys. And then it just sounded like crap. So I wanted to come live for a little bit and, tell you guys the who, what, when, and where. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want you guys thinking that, well, she high life happens. Oh wow. Never heard about Tim having another kid or woman. Yes. And she's gorgeous and the baby is beautiful. Like I was just scrolling. Let me tell you what happened. I'm gonna tell y'all how I found out. It was just a regular old day. I'm in bed, right? It's after midnight, just like it is now. It's 12:31 my time here in Alabama. And I said, I'm going to get on Instagram. I can't sleep. So I was scrolling, and then I saw Tim shirtless talking to this little boy, and the little boy's head was like this. And he was just smiling. And I swear, when he smiled, he looked just, daddy's little man. And I'm like, it was like, it wasn't a Skype, but it was like, maybe it was like a Skype, but I could see Tim, and then I could see the baby's, little video. And I was like, oh my God. And then you know what? The mommy, you could hear her laughing in the background. And, he was saying that he wasn't there. So my assumption is that he was in Mississippi, because that's where he was when he was arrested. And so, he was like, oh, my little man, I love you. And it was just like, this baby was just eating it up. I mean, the cutest little chunky baby. Oh my gosh. I was happy for them. I was like, well, they seem like a happy couple. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't see no beef between them. I see, positive communication between them. It looks like she had pictures of him, holding the baby and everything. So I was like, okay, he's in a relationship for real, for real. So I'm happy for them. He's in a relationship. Shanae's gotten married. I just kind of felt like, where does little Timmy, where does he fit into all of this? You know what I'm saying? Because you're not able to see him. Why haven't you gone back to court? Because if you have the courts behind you, Janae can't say, no, you can't see Timmy, because you have the court behind you. So I was just kind of wondering about that. Sunshine says $10,000. Terica knew that wasn't cheap change to get someone lower outside, and Terica heard the gunshots. Yeah, she heard the gunshots. It seemed like she would have turned around exactly to look where the shots came from. And then I think Terica's seen the trigger person. I feel like, what I'm saying? Like, if I heard some gunshots, I probably would have just like, to a screeching halt, because I'm a big chicken. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just, I'm paranoid at this point. Listen, I'm so chicken. It didn't hit me, but I'm just dialing 911 because I heard gunshots. I'm a single woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm a single woman. I'm in the car by myself. I'm like, hold up, 911. I just heard some gunshots. I'm on such and such a lane. I need some help. Okay. Somebody could have been shot. I'm scared to go back and look. I left my friend outside. I don't know if he's hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of that took place. None of that took place. None of that. She seemed good for him. Carol, yes. Like, I've never seen Tim so dope. Like, he was actually, it was a genuine smile. And I was like, okay. So Leslie High, from that security agency he hired. Mm-hmm. The bulletproof. Mm-hmm. He's a convicted felon. It's actually illegal for him to possess a bulletproof jacket. Is it really? Gina says, sweetie with integrity. I'm not sure why Tim went to the funeral with a bulletproof vest, except for maybe the dirt he did to Andre made him scared the shooter would take him. I think, Gina and sweetie, and I said this before, I feel like Tim wore the bulletproof vest and he got bodyguards because he wanted people to think that he had nothing to do with this. And so on the show, he had made the comment that the only guys that are left behind are me and Charles. But if you really wanted to seal the deal, you would have gotten protection as well. That's how I feel about it. I just feel like, it's kind of selfish of you to show up like that, causing a scene in a funeral like that. It's really outrageous. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed my commentary. It's been an hour and 30 minutes. Hey, keeping my head. Let's see. Alexis says Jennifer Williams warned us about Tim when she filed a restraining order on him, fearing for her life. She said that he was a threat, psycho, and a stalker. I personally omitted myself from that. I didn't even report anything on Jennifer or wasted my time with commentary because I don't. Her credibility with me personally, her credibility is shot and shot to shingles. I don't believe anything Jennifer says. Seeing her like on the show and the ridiculous way that she acted proceedings, just the temper tantrums and the fake tears and yeah, it's just a bit much, like be an actress, okay? But this is reality TV, honey. Go be an actress somewhere else. Did I believe anything Jennifer said? No. Now, knowing that Tim has a temper, that's not a secret. We all saw that on the show. Miss Robbie attested to that plenty of times. That she was tired of Tim bullying Andre and Charles. And that fired him at one time. She fired him. Fired him from not from the show Sweetie Pies, but fired him from the restaurant. She fired him. You know, that's why you don't work here anymore. You're fired. You can't be pushing, on these kids like this. And Tim was like, they're grown men. They're grown men. And it's like, you're a grown man. You're way bigger than these guys. And I mean, like, Tim just really should have been ashamed of himself. It's just, you don't treat family like that. Whole drama queen. You are absolutely right. And I was just so, and when this season comes up with Basketball Wives, are you guys going to watch it? Are you going to watch Basketball Wives with me? Tammy will no longer be on the show, so her and her sweet husband, they're not going to be available, and I'm really hating that because I live for Tammy on the show. I get all my drama I need in my life from television. I don't need drama in my real life, so I get it from reality TV, and I live for Tammy Roman on Basketball Wives. Yeah, well, anyway, I got to go to bed, y'all. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. If you guys have any more questions, if you have, articles and all that kind of stuff, drop me an email. And I appreciate the lot of you that actually drop me emails. You guys are, sweet. You guys keep me up on the 411. You have my back. So I appreciate you guys so much. I will drop some more stories. I do have an update on A Different World. I did watch the table read. I wasn't able to film because they said it was illegal, so I did take some pictures for you. So much fun. It happened at 8 o'clock, and I just was like, I was thoroughly surprised. Debbie Allen looked great. Jaleesa was the original. Jaleesa was there. She was doing Patti LaBelle's part, and she looked amazing. So it was a pretty good table read. And I will do some commentary on that because it was about voting and your right to vote. And so I will do that at a later date. But I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for an hour and a half. I appreciate it. And I will talk to you guys later.